it's Lily here from Shine Bright Diamonds 2023, and I'm coming to you today with another one of my weekly WIP and chats. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I am so happy that you have found my little corner here on YouTube, and of course those of you that are returning, welcome back. Now, if this is your first time tuning into a WIP and chat, WIP stands for Work in Progress, and chat is where I chat to you about what's been going on in my world. So feel free to pull out a project and work alongside me, or treat this as a podcast, whatever floats your boat. So let's get into it, because it is officially the last Sunday of May. And I want to say this is a very exciting WIP and chat because this weekend I am finally on the last row of the long withstanding work in progress, which is the Halloween mystery kit from Diamond Art Club. So, I mean, if you've been following along with this the past couple of weeks, then you know that these videos are full of spoilers because you will see me working on a mystery kit. So if this isn't your thing, maybe, don't look at the video or click off, but yeah, that's what I'm working on. So a little bit about this kit. It is the Halloween mystery kit by Catriona Crahan. It was started on October 9th, 2024, took a pause, started again on February 24th, 2025, took a pause, and started again on March 1st, 2026 as the main WIP. Now, this kit has 65 colors, it is square, and it's a big diamond painting. 92.8 centimeters by 69.9 centimeters. It's also my very first mystery kit that I've ever worked on, as I'm ripping pages out of my diamond painting journal. Oh dear, that is not good. Oh dear. Okay, it's fine. I'll fix it later. Okay, so in terms of the supplies that I will be using, I'm using one of the pens that I had received a while back, I think sometime last year, from Creations Morin in one of their monthly mystery boxes. And then I'm bringing out one of my favorite Yellow Dog Designs trays, which unfortunately Yellow Dog Designs, they were a small shop here in Canada and they have since closed down. So I very much treasure my Yellow Dog Design trays. Okay, let's get into it. So, so I have a brand new section to work on, which is over here. I'm going to shift this down a little bit so it's a little easier for you to see. Okay, there. All right, let's get into it. Let me grab a color. It looks like, okay, I'm gonna go with the darker color here. Okay, so how are you? What is new? As you can tell here, I am moving along with this diamond painting. This past week has been absolutely bonkers. Work has been very chaotic. Since we are approaching the end of the school year, there's a lot of sort of like things to do in terms of like outside of the classroom tasks, such as starting to prepare my final reports and starting to wrap up for the school year. So, it's been busy, but it's good. Can't complain. Work though has just been really, really busy. The students are very much checked out, which I don't blame them. I mean, as soon as the weather gets nice, it's hard. But you know what? We make it work. It is what it is. Outside of work, I finally made it back to my dance class on Wednesday, so that was exciting. I had missed the past 2 weeks due to some personal reasons, and honestly, going back to dance was so nice, except my dance session for this run is almost up. So I think not this week, but next week is my last dance class. And I have not yet decided if I will do classes in the summer. Have not decided that yet. So we'll see what happens. Now, in other news, apartment-wise has been busy. So a couple of weeks ago, I had received a notice of entry from my super saying that pest control was coming. And it threw me off because I've lived in this building now coming up to 5 years. And in my time in this building, I have never once encountered a pest. But I'm also someone who is constantly cleaning and checking the apartment. Like I check under the baseboards, under the heater, things like that, and anytime there's like a little spider cobweb, I sweep it up, vacuum, whatever. So, I mean, if there are bugs in this apartment, either they're dead or I've already vacuumed them up, which is why I've probably never seen any. So long story short, I got the notice and pest control was coming on Friday, the 29th of May. So at the time I was like, okay, well, I don't need to be present. I can go to work. It's fine. Well, after chatting with a good friend, my friend was like, I know they said you don't need to be present, but when pest control comes to an apartment building, it's a lot of work. So it would be a good idea if you take the day off and then afterwards, like while they're spraying the apartment, you just leave. And then afterwards, like when it's safe to come back, it's a good idea to take the time to actually put things back. And I go to her and I'm like, girl, I didn't get any notice that I have to move anything. And she's like, that's weird. Normally you have to move all your furniture and blah, blah, blah. So long story short, Thursday, I decided to review the pest control information after I had a doctor's appointment. And clearly, I don't know like what planet I was on when I read the notice, but I had to do what my friend had said, meaning move all your furniture. You needed to clean out like everything from your kitchen had to be completely removed. Any cabinets, like things like that. And I was like, oh gosh, no. And by the time I actually sat down and looked at this like paperwork properly, and actually read it, it was already like 9 o'clock at night. So of course I was on the phone with my boyfriend while this was happening. And I was like, I really messed up here. And he's like, how did you manage this? So at 9 o'clock on Thursday night, I began to take out everything in my kitchen, which when you live somewhere for a while, you accumulate a lot of stuff. I did not realize how much stuff I had in my kitchen of things that that were just like empty boxes from like when I bought my dishes, because that made sense to hold on to. I didn't realize that I had stuff that I just have not been using. So obviously I used it as a chance to deep clean. And then on top of all this, I had to move my furniture. Trying to move your furniture alone is very challenging. So I did the best I could, and I ended up not crawling into bed until closer to 2 a.m. Now, on the Friday, I woke up at 7 because there were still things I needed to do. And the window I was given by pest control was from 9 to 5 p.m. Well, luckily, on my way to like the garbage bin to put stuff, throw it out, I ran into my super and I was chatting with her, and I asked her, I was like, hey, there's some things in the apartment I wasn't able to move, like it's hard, is that okay? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. So I was very fortunate that pest control came to my unit at around 9:30 in the morning. So I sat out on my balcony while they sprayed and did their thing. And then they said, you need to let the chemicals set for a couple of hours, and then you can, make sure you wipe everything down and you can put things back. So during that time, I decided to go out and run some errands because my apartment did smell and I was airing out my apartment. Thank goodness on Friday there was a really nice breeze. Now, when I came back from my errands, which by the way, I did my groceries, and tell me how I needed eggs. Did I remember to buy eggs? No, we'll come back to that. So anyway, I came back, the apartment was still, a little iffy, plus it hadn't been, the 2 hours or whatever. So I decided to sit out on my balcony and eat my lunch, which luckily I was able to plug in my microwave and heat up some leftovers. Ingenious me, when I was at the grocery store, saw some salmon, and I was like, oh, it would be so nice to have like a nice salmon dinner. Well, it was like 1 o'clock when I finally was like, you know what, I think the chemical's set. I think it's a good time to start wiping everything down. So long story short, I wiped everything down. I cleaned like the inside of the cabinets, like everything got wiped. So it took me a long time, and then obviously trying to put everything back. So in the end, on Friday, I was pooped and I ended up getting takeout, and I realized that I got like Chinese for takeout, and normally the Chinese food that I get, it's like there's enough for like leftovers. Like they give a copious amount of food. Like it's just a ton of food. No, I ate it all because I realized I hadn't eaten properly all day. So I was a little sad that I didn't have any leftover Chinese to eat over the weekend. But on the bright side, the apartment is very clean. Now, Friday, I also had my book club. And book club, none of us read the book, which was that TJ Klune one. So we decided that our goal for June is just to read a book. That's the goal, just read a book. And of course, Friday was the Diamond Art Club anniversary sale, which I will circle back to diamond painting chat in a little bit. But yeah, it was a very interesting Friday. On the bright side, I haven't seen any, like I've only seen a couple of bugs that showed up dead, which they did say you would see some dead bugs. I've only seen 4. So I feel like I'm doing really good. I still have to check like the corners and baseboards again. Because I am filming this. It's like 4:30 here. So I'm like, okay, I will check this. So anyway, that is that. Saturday, I thought I was going to build a shoe cabinet. I ended up not building my shoe cabinet because I realized I had some errands to run. And part of my errands was for me to plan for, I keep mentioning that part of the reason I haven't been shopping so much is because I've been, you know, spending money on a different goal and saving up for a different goal. So on Saturday, I went out and picked up some supplies that I needed for said goal, which I solemnly swear in a couple of weeks, hopefully, I will be able to reveal what it is, because it's very special for me. But anyway, so Saturday I did prep towards my big goal. And then on Saturday, I also had to go to the grocery store, a different one that had water and stuff on sale. So I went to my local Longo's, which it's a grocery store in Canada, in Ontario. I don't know if it's in other provinces, to be honest. But long story short, my Longo store was celebrating their 70 years. I think it was their store, or maybe Longo's as a company was celebrating 70 years. I don't know. So I didn't realize that it was a big deal. And when I got to the store, they had like a local kids charity helping out to collect money with bagging groceries. They had like balloons everywhere. Like it was massive. So I was able to make it like in and out of the grocery store, but it was literally the end of the world. I also try and not grocery shop in the middle of day on Saturday because, shocker, someone stayed up late Friday night. Which again, I will circle back to the Diamond Art Club thing. But it was the end of the world at Longo's. It was terrifying. I got my stuff, which was good, made it back, and then I decided to just have a chill evening where I took a nap in the late afternoon, which we'll get into what happened with that in a moment. And then when I woke up from said nap, I realized I need to start making my dinner. So if you know me, you know that I tend to eat dinner really early. So normally I have dinner on a work night at around 4:30, which would be right now the time I'm filming, or around 5, which, to be honest, as soon as I'm done filming, I'm going to be eating my dinner. Now, because dinner was a little more extravagant, the salmon, the veggies, making my rice, I didn't actually eat dinner till almost 7. And then when I was at Longo's, they had the Quartha ice cream on sale, which is like, in my opinion, like a top tier ice cream. So obviously I had to get some ice cream. And I find that the Quartha ice cream is also like just very sweet and decadent. And the flavor I got was Campfire S'mores, which it's like vanilla ice cream with marshmallow mixed in and graham cracker bits and chocolate. Let me tell you, it is very good. I have 2 ice creams in my freezer. One is like a chocolate peanut butter, which I know I'm not supposed to be eating peanut butter, but I can't resist chocolate peanut butter ice cream. And then the other one is this Campsite S'mores. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna mix the 2 in my bowl. Well, that was the worst decision I've ever made because I had ice cream closer to 8 p.m., which again, normally I don't eat anything after 6. Like that's my general rule so that I can digest food and be in bed ready to sleep for 9. Well, the ice cream, the amount of sugar in the ice cream, and from eating late at night, I did not go to bed until closer to like 3 a.m. In which case I forced myself to wake up for 8 a.m. to try and get my sleep schedule back on track. I ended up binge watching Criminal Minds, and my sleep schedule is beyond messed up. Today I caved. I did have to take a nap, which I made sure it wasn't too long. I tried really hard. It was hard. To be honest, I'm still tired. But I'm gonna go for a walk after dinner and hopefully that will help tire me out. Because I've just been also a couch potato all weekend, which is fine. It happens. So anyway, that has led me here. And of course, throughout the weekend, I was diamond painting, hence why I am finally on the last row. And these sections are a little bigger because it was like a row and a half that when I took the paper off, like the plastic off of. So I'm using like my giant release papers from Beaker's Crafty Corner. So yeah, so I'm hoping if I can finish this section today, and then, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I have dance, so probably Thursday. I'm hoping to have this kit done by Friday. That's the goal. So yes, yeah, that's what's going on. And I need water because I've just been talking, and I also have not been drinking water this weekend. I don't really know what's going on with that because normally I drink like a lot of water. Like a lot. I don't know. I'm just a hot mess. Like my whole sleep schedule messed me up, and now I'm just dehydrated all the time. So yeah. So that is what's been going on. Before I get into the Diamond Art Club anniversary sale, I do want to take a moment and chat about the goals for when I'm done this kit. So to be honest, I have not yet kitted up my next 2 projects. And I say 2 projects because when I was working on this kit, I realized that I am starting to become a little faster with diamond painting. Like sections are not taking me as long as they used to. And I don't know if it's just because like I'm getting better at multi-placing. I don't know. So I still have to sit down and kit up the next 2 projects. But both of them went through voting on my Instagram, and I grabbed their sticker sheets here. So the first one is one that I've talked about. So my next square project is going to be Rainy Day by Hannah Lynn. It is a square canvas, 65 by 88 centimeters. So it is pretty big, but when I've looked at it, it doesn't seem like it's like crazy confetti. So I think I'll be okay. And then the next one, although the color palette is just really nice. I just wanted a really bright kit because this kit was a little dark. And then the round kit that I'll be working on is called Daydreaming. It's this stunning kit here by Sarah Mustafa. It's going to be 68.7 centimeters by 55.8 centimeters. So it is smaller compared to the 2 kits I've been working on. So I have a feeling what I'll be doing is, because I've just been working on this square one, I'll probably start on Daydreaming first, and then I'll either rotate between the 2, or maybe I'll leave it up to a pinwheel to choose what kit I'm working on for that week. I haven't decided yet, but that's where I'm at in terms of the next diamond paintings I want to work on. Because I do want to do like some of the older kits in my stash, and the Rainy Day one by Hannah Lynn, that one I had picked up when Diamond Art Club had restocked it after Hannah Lynn had announced that she was no longer going to be licensed with Diamond Art Club. So Rainy Day, you know. And then Daydreaming is a kit that I had won during like an event that was being hosted in the Canadian diamond painting group. So I think it was that. I know I won it in that group. I can't remember if it was for it. I think it was part of an event where you could enter your name if you wanted that diamond painting, and I won. So that kit, again, it's an older diamond painting kit. Both kits do not have the perforated covers, so it's going to be very interesting because I got very I love the perforated covers, to be honest. It just makes cutting my rows a lot easier, because how I diamond paint is I take like the plastic off for a row, I like make a line of my washi tape, and then I put down my papers. So, you know, it'll be a little different, but that's okay. But yeah, so those are the next two kits I'll be working on. I feel like they won't take as long, especially the round kit. The round kit, I feel like it will work up pretty fast. The round kit is a lot of color blocking, that I will admit. I need this. Let's do the swords. I don't know. I call it the sword color. Whoops. Okay. Or, you know, I can fling things too. That's fine. The amount of drills, though, when I've been working on this kit that I have flung, it's terrifying. Like, I don't know. If I run out of drills, I will not be surprised. Oh, there's another one. Okay. But yes, so that is what's been going on. Now, in terms of the diamond painting news, so Diamond Art Club had their 8th anniversary sale, and they were offering 25% off. Now, all last week, they were doing these previews, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's so nice. Well, this girl, believe it or not, did not participate in the anniversary sale, which is crazy because I, for whatever reason, stayed up. So in my time zone, the kits were getting released for the kits were getting released at midnight. And for whatever reason, this whole past week, my sleep has been really wonky. I think it's partially because work has been so hectic. And I just feel like I haven't had enough me time. So all this week I've just been going to bed like ridiculously late, which is not normal. But for whatever reason, on Friday, I stayed up until midnight. I did catch some of Katie and Lindsay's live on Friday after when my book club was done. But yeah, so what ended up happening was there were so many beautiful kits. Like, I won't lie, this drop was crazy. I ended up wish listing a lot of kits. I've wish listed the 2 Miss Holly kits, which those sold out very quickly, I think. I wish listed the Mrs. Butter D kit, which was Sakura. I wish listed the 1 Margaret Morales diamond painting, which was with the fish, because anything with fish I am obsessed with. And was there anything else? I think that was it. There's only like 4 kits. But on that note, I did realize that, oh no, there was the ducks in the pond I wish listed. I don't know who the artist was. It was cute. But something that I realized is, 1, I have a lot of kits in my stash, which is partially why I was like, I don't need to add to my stash. And 2, I have like some financial goals and whatnot that I'm trying to hit. But 3, I realized that like, I'm starting to get pickier with my artwork. And I'm also starting to realize that not every diamond painting that is released by my favorite artists, I have to buy. So for example, with Margaret Morales, there's been quite a few that have come out that at first I was like, yes, I want it because it's a Margaret Morales. But now I'm realizing that some of her artwork, it's absolutely beautiful. It's not something that I actually want to work on. And I'm starting to think like that might be the same with Miss Holly's artwork, because what is it? At Valentine's Day, she had released the Chocolate Lovers kit, which I wish listed that. But it's one of those kits that's been on and off of my wish list since it got released, because periodically I do go on Diamond Art Club's website and I go through my wish list, which my Diamond Art Club wish list is, I feel like it's pretty small. But I'm starting to realize I think I'm getting a little bit more picky with things. Now, of course, with that being said, I did notice that in the Diamond Art Club email that said, you know, the kits have released, that any kits that sell out, they will be getting restocked. So that's a little comforting, because I'm not too sure yet if the one Margaret, if one, the duck kit I want to get, and two, the one Miss Holly kit where it's like Evening Star and it's Wilhelmina sitting like looking out the window. I'm not 100% sure if I want to actually purchase that kit yet. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's beautiful, but I'm like, it's also very big. So I like the fact though that Diamond Art Club did give that reassurance that kits that sold out fast will be restocked pretty quick. And I don't know. I just was like, I don't want to be part of this rush. It also didn't help that I couldn't sleep again on Friday night. So, I mean, me watching the chaos was just like one of those things. I was really surprised though that for the anniversary drop, there was no Steve Sundrum. And like lately I've been loving Steve Sundrum's work, especially like the ones that are like ridiculously colorful. I'm still mad I missed out on that turtle. He was cute. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of really pretty kits, but I just want to focus on what I have in my stash, get done what I have, make some space for something new, like that type of thing. Because when I took out, like when I was deciding on the next kits to work on in, like when I'm done this, I realized I was like, when I was going through it, I'm like, I have a lot of kits in my stash that I had bought and forgotten about. And I'm like, that's not good. Like that's a, like I gotta, you know, actually take a look and see like what do I have. So with that being said, I'm just being more mindful. Of course, my Diamond Art Club pre-orders did come in. So I finally have Harmony in the Highlands, which that kit, I did not, like I opened it to look at the Treasure Quest card, which I can show you. It's like literally right here. I haven't like filed it away, but this is Harmony in the Highlands, the Treasure Quest card. It is stunning. It's really big though, 97.8 centimeters by 69.9 centimeters. Of course I'd love to work on that one, but I'm like, no, I've already chosen and I don't have as much storage containers to just kit up everything I want to kit up. But yes, so with that being said, I'm like, no, I'm just going to work on what I have, because there were quite a few kits that came in the mail for the month of May, because I had Welcome to My Room, I had that Margaret Morales one where she's like with the purple flowers, I can't remember the name of it, the Finding Nemo ones, which was Dory and Nemo, which when I went to go and look, like go through my wish list, I realized I'm like, do I really want all of the Finding Nemo diamond paintings? Because I just want the main characters that I love. So again, like I keep adding things to my wish list and then realizing, am I really going to work on it? And then it gets taken off. And then I see it again and it gets put on. Like, it's just one of those things. So yeah, so I mean, I had quite a few I actually had 5 diamond paintings come in the month of May. 3 big ones, 2 like smaller ones, like, you know, which is quite a bit because I have slowed down significantly with my shopping. The one thing that I did splurge on was this month was just some products from Creations Morin. I could not resist getting my hands on their June mystery box because the theme was flamingos. And I did get some new 3D items. But I mean, other than that, I've been okay. Diamond painting wise, I think I'm just focusing on what I have. And that's it. So yeah. So besides all of the diamond painting things, which has just been me working through this mystery kit, I'm getting excited. Maybe after dinner and when I come back from my walk, I'll start kitting up one of the either rainy day or daydreaming. I don't know yet. But this is a lot of single placing all of a sudden. What happened? This is what like takes me a while. I know like at like the, what's it called? I lost where I was putting this drill. No. I'll put it here. More so at like the top of the diamond painting, it's a lot more color blocking because it is the background. The bottom part is more of like, you know, the florals and stuff. So, I mean, I'm sure once I get through this section and the next section, then the top 2 sections will just go boom, 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 because that's literally how I ended up where I'm at. When I was working on this, it was just going. Okay. So, besides all the diamond painting things and me just hyper fixating on trying to finish my mystery kit, other things that have been going on, book wise, obviously I have not made any progress on any of the books I've been reading. Like I said, my book club, we are trying to get a book read. We've just said, just finish any book you've started, which I was like, I like this idea, guys. This is a good goal. TV wise, oh my gosh, TV wise. Okay. So I don't know what happened. So first of all, this week, part of me with my late night sleep schedule mess up is I've just been binge watching Criminal Minds, but on like regular TV, I have just been watching, I don't know what happened. So like I was eating dinner and I like normally when I eat dinner, I have the TV on, like I just watch a TV show on like the TV, and National Geographic Wildlife Channel, I've discovered a show and it's like SOS Snakes. And then there's another one called like City of Snakes, but both of them have to do with like more tropical destinations that, you know, snakes are starting to come into people's homes, and, you know, these snakes just need to be relocated. They're not killing them, they just need to relocate them so that, you know, humans are not harming them and humans are not being harmed by the snakes. Well, I have gotten really into these snake TV shows. That has been a hyper fixation. I don't know when these shows come on. Like I just sort of check the guide, and if I see it, I'm like, I'm watching it. And then today I ended up watching like the dog shows. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just watching random stuff on National Geographic Wildlife, living my best life. But yeah, so that's what I've been watching. I have not watched any reality TV. Tulsa Kings, it's currently on pause because it's a show that I need to like focus in when I'm watching, and because normally when I'm eating, I'm focused on eating, and then every so often I'm like, you know, checking the TV. So Tulsa Kings is not really a great show for me to watch when I'm trying to eat my dinner. But yeah, so right now it's a lot of National Geographic, which is a lot of fun, and Criminal Minds, which I'm going to try and not watch a ton of Criminal Minds tonight. Like, I really need to go to bed at a normal time. Because for work, I wake up for 5 a.m. And I mean, if I go to bed at 3 a.m. and need to be up for 5, like, that's going to be a disaster. But yes. Now, in terms of YouTube videos, I was not successful with getting my post review of the Unicorn Pegasus kit up. So that kit is officially ready to go for Thursday. So that will officially be Thursday's kit that I will be going through the post review for. And then I was able to film Let's Explore videos for the Finding Nemo kits, but one of those videos might get bumped if I finish the mystery kit so that I can get up the post review and share my experience about it. I find like my post review videos are always very short. Like I never know what to talk about because I'm just like, and this is what I worked on and seen. But yeah, so I try my best. I try. But anyway, so that is what's been going on in terms of things exciting happening this week for me. Honestly, normally the first Monday of the month we have a staff meeting. The staff meeting tomorrow is canceled, like Monday after school, so that's nice. Why it got canceled, I don't know. I'm sure it will be rescheduled at a different date. But in terms of other things, I have dance on Wednesday, and then the rest of the week is very quiet. So hopefully I will just keep moseying along with this diamond painting. Like I said, hopefully I will have it finished by the end of the week. That's the goal. That's the dream, guys. That is the dream. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and tuck this one off to the side. This was very confetti heavy, this kit, but this section in general. But I did get through quite a bit. I mean, I always say I diamond paint really slow when I'm making whip and chats because I just talk more than I diamond paint. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, I'll finish this section and we'll just go from there. I also don't know why I have drills everywhere. Anyway, okay. So if you did enjoy today's video, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support does mean the world to me. Of course, if you are looking for more diamond painting content, you can find me on my Instagram at ShineBrightDiamonds2023. So until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye everyone.